Hi folks, this is my recap video of my first live lesson on that I put on Zoom. The quality of that wasn't very good. We did record it, but yeah, it's not going to look very good. So I just thought I'd make a quick recap video, get all the highlights in there for the people who were watching it to be able to practice, and for anyone who missed it, this is your chance to kind of get yourself caught up. As we were doing part one of eventually 3 parts of the Shim Sham. The Shim Sham is an iconic swing dance. It originates in a tap dance that was changed to become this global swing dance. And anywhere in the world you go to any Lindy Hop or swing events, there's a really good chance that the Shim Sham song will come on and everyone will just break into the Shim Sham because they can't help themselves. So the song that is typically used is a version of Tain't What You Do, It's the Way That You Do It by either Jimmy Lunsford, or the one I like is Billy Kyle, but the Jimmy Lunsford one is most people's go-to one. There's a few other songs that can be used. I'm going to be using a different track. I'm going to be using Pack Up by Eliza Doolittle. Now that song is not at all associated with the Shim Sham. No one else apart from me, I don't think, has ever attempted to use it. The reason I use it is because it's substantially slower than any of the other versions, so it's a really nice practice song. I don't think it's as fun to dance it with that because it is that little bit slower and it's fun to do it at speed. But we got to get comfortable first. So, like I said, I've broken it into 3 sections, and this is also my thing. As far as I know, people don't think of this Shim Sham as 3 sections. If anything, there's an A and a B part to the Shim Sham, with the A repeating and the B being the tail end of it. But I've broken the A up into 2 parts just to make it easier. I'm gonna do some of it facing you, some of it facing away from you, so you can follow along. It's probably gonna make more sense with my back to you, but I'm gonna start by facing you just to be polite. So I'm gonna start with my right foot, and I'm gonna keep my weight firmly on my left. I'm gonna bend my left to allow my right foot to kind of be thrown out there, and I'm gonna slap it out there in order to drag it back. Now the more weight I take on my left here, the less traction there is on my right foot. So even with very sticky shoes on kind of sticky floors, you should still be able to do this by essentially like not putting any force on the ground and not getting any traction at all. And that goes for both sides. So we have this side, this is our first side, the right for everyone. Then I'm going to switch to the left. Then I'm going to do double on the right. I'm going to go right and left and double on the right. Left, a right, a double on the left. A right, a left, and a double on the right. 3 sets. The structure of the Shim Sham is probably initially quite overwhelming or daunting for people to look at, because it looks like it's a random sequence of things, but in actual fact what it does for the most part is it has phrases of 4 sets of movements, with the 4th one being sort of the finishing one or the odd one out. So in this case we're going to do 3 sets of this, the Shim Sham move. Right here, double, single, single, double, single, single, double. From there, I'm going to go into the break step. The break step is my first finishing move of a phrase. So this is my 4th move in the phrase, and I'm going to go step this way, tap, step this way, tap, and then with this foot right here, which is my right, I'm going to take 4 steps going back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's lots of versions of this. In fact, I should have said at the beginning, there's lots of versions of almost every part of the Shim Sham. I like to think I'm choosing what I think is the simplest. So I'm keeping this nice and easy, hopefully for people to keep up with, even beginners and complete dance novices to have a chance to keep up with this. And then going forward, I'll throw in a few variations so you can try some other things, but that'll come in later weeks. So yeah, this again, I've gone step, tap, from here, right foot is on a tap here. I'm not placing my weight on it. I'm going to take that back. So my right foot that just tapped in is going to also go back, 2, 3, 4. Now, in this version, instead of just going straight back, what I like to do is add some twists. And we're going to go step, tap, tap. Off of this tap, I'm going to keep my weight on the front foot, so my right foot is now free. I'm going to move my weight forward onto the ball of the foot so my heels are both free to move. And then I'm going to place my right foot back into this twist. So I'm going twist. Yeah? Both my heels are free, and I'm pushing my left heel forward and through the middle. Twist. Then I'm going to push my right heel forward through the middle. My weight is now going to shift to my right as my left is free to move past my right. And then again and again. So that looks like this. We've gone step, tap, tap, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Yes? So, a couple things there that might help. Step, tap, step. On this tap, I like to just prep myself into the rotation by giving myself a little bit of a heads up physically, mechanically here, by opening up my knee a little bit. By placing it here, it sets me up into the twist in the opposite direction. So I go step, tap, step, bum, 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 bum. That's one thing. Second thing is I want to try and keep my shoulders relatively neutral. So if you can, with your arms out, to go step, tap, a 1, 2, 3, 4. So everything kind of happens under the surface, like swan, top half, beautiful and graceful and smooth, bottom half goes crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm going for here. Let me do all of that facing the other way, which I haven't done yet. 1, 2, and double. Then a left, a right, and double. A right, a left, and a double. Then we go to the right step, tap to the left, step, tap, and twist back, 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 back. Try that again, without a break this time. I go a right, a left, a double on the right, a left, right, double on the left, right, a left, and double on the right. I go step, tap, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. The other thing I wanted to say is the counting for this is a little bit unusual, and it might throw a few people off. It certainly seemed to throw a few people off when we were doing the live version of this. But basically, instead of waiting for a 1, which is what we normally do, we count 5, 6, 7, 8, and then start on 1. Here we're actually going to start the movement on 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8 is the first move. So in this case, at the beginning, that's our 5, 6, 7, 8, in, the double, in, the double, yeah, etc. Now, it's relevant in the Shim Sham at the very beginning, because we obviously need to be able to start at the right time. Then it kind of doesn't really matter for quite a while, because there's no breaks in it until there's a repeat. The Shim Sham, the first chunk of the Shim Sham repeats. Once it repeats, there's freezes in there. So we have freezes where we're waiting for a 5, 6, 7 before we resume into the next thing. In those cases, again, really vital that in our heads we're counting along and we're ready to start on the 8. We don't wait for the 1. Again, can be really tricky, and I see this a lot when there's groups of people dancing. That's probably the trickiest thing for most people, is that when we're in a freeze, we go 5, 6, 7, and some people are ready to go on 8, and some people are like 8, oh no, I missed it, and they kind of have to catch themselves up, and that can be really tough. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 is our first move. For this week, it only matters for that very first step out, that step on the right before the slide in, meaning that we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 1 is actually our drag in. After that, you don't really have to count along, you just have to keep going with the beat. Hopefully that's good for everyone. Let me do the whole thing with that count, with me facing that way, and then we'll do the third and final series series of moves. So we have the 5, 6, 7, 8. Bump, a double, a left, a right, a double, a right, a left, a double, a step, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, that last move, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we've nailed that, hopefully that puts us roughly facing a diagonal, yeah? So, towards right of center. So if I do it this way, it probably makes more sense. I've gone step, tap, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make sure my weight is on my left. So as I've gone back, 1, 2, 3, 4, my fourth step, I want to commit my weight onto that leg, and I'm going to push off of that to bring my weight forward. Go back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Yeah? So I'm kind of shifting weight from one foot to the other. One thing I like to always say here is that the zone that I'm moving in needs to be relatively small. If I make it too big, if I overcommit to this back foot and place my weight on the heel, or overcommit to this front foot and go past my toes, then this whole thing becomes really slow. Then I have to use a lot of energy, and I have to rebalance myself all the time, and it's really hard to go at speed. By thinking of it as almost being in a compressed space like a phone booth, or even thinking of pushing off of two separate walls instead of the floor, then I should be able to keep up with faster songs, and I can push forward and back. So I'm really thinking of pushing off of these sides instead of going up and down or anything like that. Let me show you that facing you as well. So we've done a step, tap, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, push, a push, a push. We're going to do 3. On the third one, I'm going to take my back foot, which is now my left. I'm going to kick, I'm going to cross over, and I'm going to step back. Now I'm facing a new diagonal, ready to go forward, back, back. Third one, forward, kick, cross, back. Forward, a kick, a cross, back. Again, forward, a kick. I'm going to keep doing this. That's not the actual pattern we're going to be doing, but just nice to be comfortable with this rhythm. The 1, the 2, then on the third one, forward, kick, cross, back. Yeah. Let me go facing the other way again. From step, tap, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a push, kick, cross, a push, kick, cross. Again, push, kick, cross, and I've done 3 sets. Once again, my fourth is going to be different, but instead of doing the break step, what I'm going to do is 2 singles to make up the same time as 1 full set takes. And by singles, I mean I'm going to shift my weight forward, stay forward to go straight into the kick, cross, over. So I'm going to go forward, kick, cross, and forward, kick. And we're actually going to stop on the cross here to conclude that section. Let me try that again, facing you. I've done step, tap, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, push, kick, cross, a push, kick, cross. Again, push, kick, singles, push, kick, cross, over, push, kick, stop on this cross. My arms tend to do this swimming motion here. Just feels nice to do that, feels right to do that. So I'm kind of bringing my torso forward, folding it back, coming forward again. So I've got this little motion going on here. Yeah, depending on shoes and traction, you might find yourself picking up your feet as you're doing this, or just shifting from one side to the other. I don't necessarily think there's a right way of doing that. And again, variation and people throwing in their own styling is a big part of the Shim Sham. So you can by all means experiment with any of that. And that's essentially it. Let me put it all together, then let me try the whole thing with Music, finally. Facing you, then I'm gonna do it facing the other way. 5, 6, 7, 8. Double. Left, right, a double. A right, a left, and a double on the right. We go step, tap, tap. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Push, push, push. Kick, cross, over, push, push. A push, kick, cross, over, push. A push, kick. Singles, push, kick, cross, and a push, kick, stop on the cross. Let's try again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, a double on the right, a left, a right, a double on the left, a right, a left, a double on the right, a step, tap, a 1, 2, 3, 4, push, push, a push, kick, cross, a push, push, a push, kick, cross, again a push, kick, cross, singles, push, kick, cross, and a push, kick, stop. Ta-da! We're going music, folks. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I get tired and
double.
upset, and I'm trying to care a little less. When I Google, I only get depressed. I was told to touch those issues. I was told, don't worry, there's no doubt. There's always something to cry about. When you're stuck in an angry crowd, they don't think what they say before they open their mouth.
Final time, I'll face this way. So this is probably the best way of you following along with me facing that way and the music. So this is the part of the video you probably want to watch 1,000 times. So, alright, last time. Sorry, you didn't see this, but this is like the 6th time I'm trying this. 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, 8. Double. Left, right, double. Right, left, double. Step, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push, a push, kick, cross over, push, kick, cross over, push, singles, push, kick, stop on the cross. Thank you very much, folks. Ray, come say hi to everyone. Just wave at the camera. Bye, folks. 2:30 Central Time every Tuesday, probably.